Hello everyone. Sit back and prepare to enjoy this talk from Devfest Montreal.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I'm very delighted to see everyone. Thank you for joining my talk. Usually the thing I do from the beginning when I give my conf, I open my laptop and I start coding. This time I won't do that. We're gonna talk together. So let's start with one quick question by show of hands. Who here has built and deployed production application that rely on LLM and that many users, or just let's say real users, are using? Oh, a few. That's good. So we deploy application in production. So why am I asking the question? Because nowadays when we talk with developers, many of us are just using AI to maybe improve their productivity or just to play, do some POC, demo app. But the real things start to happen when we push application in production and we really have customers that really want to see how the thing will be. So my conf is based on the real world experience, real world application. So I'm just going to share with you the journey, the choices that has been made to put the application in production. Are you ready for that? I love the one in the back. Good. Okay, so I'm trying to change. Wow, it's not changing. I have a technical issue. Oh, is it better? Change? Yeah, okay. So we're just about to tell you who I am. So before we dive into the topic, who is this man in front of you is speaking right now? So I'm a part of that big community of Google developer expert. So I'm a GDE. We say GDE in both Google Cloud and the Flutter. Who knows Flutter here? The same one in the back. I love it. So yeah, that basically just means I love building and sharing my knowledge with tech people. Before I was putting that last, but I'm proud to say also that I'm a father of two. I'm really passionate about what I'm doing, so I'm very lucky and blessed to have those two kids who keep me honest. And sometimes you just take my computer and be like, okay, throw that one, come and play with us, Dad. So I love it. And also my journey being a tech guy, enjoying the time with my kid. I had the opportunity, the chance to let some company that you may know here, I won't name them, as a CTO, also built a company in Europe that I brought here in Canada, became a Google Cloud partner, all of those things. But now my journey is about building another venture. And that venture is building a product that I will share with you the journey and basically just maybe the tech stack behind. The idea is to help the legal system, lawyer, notaries here in Quebec to take advantage of AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, so everything I was saying in the beginning, I will draw here, everything I will share with you is based on real world application. So I'm sharing with you this breaking news. Who saw that in the news? Oh, many people on the left. That's beautiful. So you probably seen these headlines. Mr. Lawyer in New York City used ChatGPT to be like cocky. He's done his legal research. So the AI actually wrote a beautiful legal document for him. Everything looked perfect. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a notary, none of those things. So I'm sure that if I was in the court, I would be like, oh, bravo. But actually all of those things was fake, right? But you definitely need to be, I would say, in the field to understand that everything that the AI gave him was basically just fabricated. And we know, what is it? You have maybe probably heard about hallucination, right? So that can happen, but now Mr. The judge won't be happy. That lawyer will be in trouble. And the thing is, oh, we are not going to trust AI because you're using AI and AI is fake. But that's not really true, right? So I'm sorry, because every time I'm changing here, I have an issue. So if I come like this. Yeah, so this brings us to the, I would say, the core problem the incident with the lawyer, if you look at it and we sit down around around the room and we start talking about it, it's not a bug. The AI just hallucinates. So this fundamental behavior that the LLM got, we call it hallucination, they're actually designed to act that way. Let's say, for example, we forgot the lawyer and we are just writing stories for kids. We definitely want that. We definitely want AI to create fancy story, basically just fabricated stuff, and we'll be like, oh, it's perfect. So in one field, absolutely perfect, 100%, we definitely love it. In another field, it's just mess, it's a disaster. So our challenge, my challenge, your challenge as an engineer, as a developer, is to say, how can we take the power and eloquence of those LLM, whatever we're picking, Gemini, Claude, and as soon as you start applying in your field, you're coding every day, you know maybe what AI is delivering to you, good for you. Let's go to field like medicine, finance, legal. They will look at the output of AI and they will be like, oh no, it's not true. Even if it's true, by nature they don't trust it. Like sometimes engineers we trust by default. So I'm sharing that with you. That's the goal of my talk actually. So as I was saying in the beginning, just to ensure that you're seeing the right slide. Yeah, I was saying in the beginning, I'm just sharing with you here. I will talk a little bit before we go into the code and I show a demo to you. The journey is based on a real-world legal tech project, and the project is actually in production used by notaries here in Quebec. And maybe you know in the civil law system, I'm going to say it, even if you already know. So notaries are those legal officers. They are actually responsible of the integrity of every, let's say, legal transaction. You want to buy your house, real estate transaction, you definitely need a man who say, that's okay. They're actually the human chain of trust. So every legal system, maybe in Quebec we call them notaries, in some other provinces like in Ontario or even the US, they're just lawyer, I think barrister or solicitor, they don't call them notaries that way. But the challenge they're facing, I basically spent 2 days in the office with them, and I saw their work, and I was like, really? You're really doing that every day? What are they doing? They're collecting documents, mountain of documents. They sit down, they review the documents. They try to find errors, ensuring that they know discrepancies before applying their skills. And I'm like, really? So you're just trying to find error in those documents before saying you can move forward. Yeah, I just bought my condo, and the same thing, the notary is saying, oh, we need this document again. This document again, Boris, another one. It's just to verify and ensure that everything is fine. Let me share this story again with you. My surname is Boris-Wilfried. Sometimes in some document, they just say Boris, is okay. The other document, they put both, Boris-Wilfried. But actually, it's not the same person. Right? So I'm just sharing those information with you to share, to you basically understand their daily work. Gathering information, ensuring that everything is fine. So they're dealing with a mountain of documents. They need to ensure that everything is fine before moving forward. As a developer, as an engineer, our mission with AI could be to build a system that will help them, first of all, trust AI, that AI can help them. We may be already sold. If you're in this room, that means you're sold that AI can help you, but it's not the case for them. And at the same time, to ensure that if they do the verification with an assistant, that assistant can show them the proof. Every answer, every error, everything that you're finding in those documents, can you back up your claim with a source, like a source of truth. Does that make sense? Beautiful. Let's move to the next one. So that's why you join the call chain of trust. While building this project, we basically was like, oh, actually we're building a system for people to trust what they're using, so the chain of trust. And that's where you have in that pipeline, just three link to ensure every piece of information is verifiable. The first one is the grounding. What are we doing with the grounding? We force the agent to reason only on our secure legal documents. There's many sources of truth, many knowledge base. How do you build a system by saying to Gemini, Claude, whatever, no, don't think too much. I like when you're thinking too much, but sometimes you're just going crazy. We don't want that in that case. We want you to think based on this information we're giving to you. That's the grounding. The second part, that's where we can forget AI, come to the mix, our engineering thought. So are we going to orchestrate a backend to ensure that that can scale, first of all, and we can also basically rely on that to ensure that everything will be fine. And the last thing, sometimes I know I have some friends here in the room, sometimes we're building a system that we say is good, it's fine, it's perfectly fine, everything can scale. But how do you show that proof to your customer? How do you show that proof to people they're going to use? So the verification and proof delivery is the most important part. So those three pieces. Number one, the grounding will be the core, the orchestration to ensure that we have a hybrid backend to make sure that the system can scale, and we don't forget how we're going to show that to our customer. So I'm sharing here with you high-level view, a blueprint. You can take a screenshot. You can go back home, try to just replicate that one. This diagram shows the core principle, so separation of concern in that hybrid architecture. On the left, if I'm not mistaken, yes, on your left too, we have the user interface. I remember at the beginning of my career, I didn't really care about it. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be a front-end guy. I don't want to be a user, the one who's going to build a user interface. My backend is solid, the database is good, but the end user doesn't really understand what I've done. So the user interface is important. How are we going to show the face that we're going to deliver to the customer? Here's built in Flutter. In the middle, the backend logic. What are you seeing here? You're seeing two pieces, but this backend logic is split, as I was saying, in two parts. The brain, if I say Cloud Run, people in the room, okay? So Cloud Run will be the main piece where we're gonna run the agent. The agent will run in Cloud Run, so every complex analysis that it will do. And below that, you see Cloud Function. We call it like the nervous system. So they will handle everything that needs to be fast, will be asynchronous tasks, could be triggered by any event. Like, for example, the lawyer is coming, you're opening his laptop, you have a lot of document that you want to work on it, you push that in the system, so that will trigger those kind of events. Upload on the cloud storage, boom, the Cloud Function will start doing some stuff. And all of this built on our data layer, data and state layer. You can use your database, anyone that you're thinking in mind. Here, we have a lot of database, but the one I will just share with you, for example, every time that the lawyer will take the document, put in the system, we're going to do a little bit of work on that. I will share with you later and put those information in Firestore. So this architecture that I'm sharing with you is basically just thinking about the right tool for the right job. Okay, so we have many ways of building that, but I'm sharing that with you so you see a real architecture in production. Come like this. We have a lot of tools nowadays to build AI agent. I can't name them. Every day I wake up, I go to the shower, I come back, I'm like, oh, another one. Oh, another one. Another one. Come on. Hold on. We can't follow. So here I'm sticking a little bit with Google, what Google is proposing. Maybe I might be biased with that, but we've used the Google Agent Development Kit to build the agent. Question why, Boris? Why are you using that one? ADK is not an API wrapper. A lot of things that some framework SDK are doing, if you go behind the scene, you open it, you will see that it's just API wrapper. They're doing some fancy stuff, but they're definitely calling the API. As soon as you would like to interact with some other tools, you would like to control the cost, I would say again the cost. Sometimes it's really difficult to do. You can build. I've been in position in the past where I have to justify the cost. So I'm saying that way because when you push in production, it's not about just working, it's about how much that costs, right? So that's something that ADK will help you do by many ways, selecting the model, changing some paths. So its most important feature is a seamless tool integration. As soon as you have some tool that you would like to plug into the system, it's easy for you to do. And you will see, I will share with you where we're doing the grounding. We have a place in Google, Vertex AI. They have a dedicated tool where you can basically define a repository, a knowledge base to say, okay, when I'm talking about having a legal document placed somewhere and I want the agent to work only on that, so that would be the basically straightforward thing for you to do with ADK. So that's why I think for us, ADK was just an obvious choice. Make sense for you? Great. So let's look at maybe the most important, I would say crucial architecture, the grounding actually. And again, you can take the picture, go at home with that. So the left is on your left. Yes, the corpus setup. Basically, the agent will think, the AI will look at some document, start creating the value. So we upload all legal documents that we believe the lawyer and the notary might use in their office. It's basically our library, let's call it that way. So we put that in cloud storage. When we built the system in the beginning, we didn't do this logic that I will share with you, but as soon as we start seeing how Gemini was interacting, we've decided that it's crucial at the same time that we're putting those information in cloud storage to extract and store every metadata we can have from this document. So could be like crazy thing. For example, for the PDF, I don't know if you knew that, I basically just discovered. Doesn't matter how you name your PDF. You already got an official name or canonical ID. So you can take a PDF, you rename it in your laptop, you give that to Gemini and you ask him, oh, what is the name of that PDF? He gives you something else. So if you're basing, for example, your algorithm, your logic on the name of the document, you can imagine that everything will be wrong, will be false, right? Those kind of things that we discover building on the fly. So when we upload the document in the cloud storage, we're trying to ensure that we can extract all the metadata that are available for us, and we keep that somewhere. That became the source of truth before jumping into the chain. The second part is the configuration of the agent. We call it agent config, actually. So we give the agent, so agent development kit, the place, the link where we will have, let's say, the lawyer libraries, those documents they really want to check. As I was telling you in the beginning, I spent a couple of hours with them in the office. What are they doing actually? They're like around a table, let's say 5 lawyers. They have a case. One say A, another one say B, another one say C. Like we're doing as an engineer, we do that. We never agree, right? But we definitely need a source of truth. Back then was Stack Overflow. Now we have many ways of looking, but they're doing the same thing. So they go into the library, pull the document, or going online. We call it Code Civil du Québec. I just say in French, Civil Law of Quebec. They're trying to find information, and they agree. So that's what we're doing with the ADK. We're telling him, okay, now the agent config phase, where do you need to have those information? And the last one will be the grounding execution to basically just ensure that every information the AI will give us, we can check the metadata we put in Firestore and ensuring that we can display those to the customer. I hope that makes sense for you. And I will go, I think, to the last diagram. It's basically what I was explaining. The only maybe difference, I'm just checking. I think I say, yeah, I already shared that. So what you see here, the red box, we're trying to ensure that sometime, even if the AI, let's say LLM, Gemini, is giving us some answer, if you just read them, you could be like, oh, that's true, that's fine. But since we don't know, at the end, I'm sure maybe some of you will ask me a question, but how do you rank those answer? We just believe. We believe at this point that everything that Gemini will give us, if we didn't really store the metadata of the document, maybe it's telling me something that is not related to my document. We discard them for now. So that's kind of, say, the chain of trust, actually. So we ensure that he's giving us output based on what we ask him to do. Okay. I will stop here talking and I will show to you a little bit of a demo. And just a quick heads up before I jump into the live demo. We are in Quebec building an application, a product for notaries in Quebec. So the system will be in French. Okay. But I will guide you if there's any question that you may have. I will translate on the fly in English. Make sense? Good. Like a DJ. I'm gonna sing. Okay, just give me a moment so I will switch. What am I supposed to do? Stop mirroring, shows content, the entire screen or not? Where's the ID? Entire screen. Do you see VS Code? Mic check. Good. VS Code. Let's start with VS Code. So what I would like to show you here. No, I'm not going to be comfortable with this. Like that. So as a developer, as a geek, what we want to know and see, Boris, you're talking about, let's start maybe with the 2 to 3. ADK. Where do you define that? Simple. Python developer or Java developer, because they also provide a Java SDK. You just put the version, and I trust you to ask to any AI to write you the code. Moving forward, we already start building some mini agent into the system that can interact together. I'm not going into the detail on that. It's subject for another talk. But we also using the A2A SDK provided by Google. So I'm just sharing with you here. What I would like to share with you is this line 11. Try my best to hide the proprietary code, the IP actually, just share with you what you can definitely find online. You see that function is called seed knowledge base file. We definitely need a way actually to always give the information to the, let's say the repository, the library, as I was telling you. ADK is there every time he's thinking, every time you want to give some information, you definitely need a library. It's definitely like a library. We need more books, we need more info. So we need to find a way, a process to automate that. As soon as a lawyer will come and say, Boris, you're not a lawyer, you don't know what you're talking about, say, yes, give me a book. I take the book and I put in the system. So that's what I'm sharing with you here. So we have a way to basically automate that process. Really important. The third one. So yeah, we put some stuff to hide the IP, but line 8, you see we're working with Gemini 2.5 Pro. But the most important line here for you to remember is the line 19. What are we doing here with the agent? You can see we have many agents, but the root agent is basically the one who will be connected with the library. It's just one line. You see here, tool, what do we want? We want Vertex AI tool, and we have here an ID, a data store ID. Boris, what is that ID? Where is that ID? How do you connect that? Let's go here. We're going to Vertex AI. So in Vertex AI, if you open, you will see AI application. You can define application. You can define how you want to do the monitoring, and you can have a data store. So let's try maybe to create one. If you allow me, you see how you can define data store. Could be a website. Don't do that because I don't trust any website nowadays. So it could be your data in BigQueries. Could be like I say cloud storage where we just put the document. So you have many ways here. So that's what we've done. We have a cloud storage as a data store. And if I come back, so you will see we basically named that base de connaissance du droit québécois, where I'm not going to click for now. That's IP, but we have many info that might be private or not, because actually the civil law in Quebec is public. You just go online and you have the information. Here, just to share with you, when I was talking about Cloud Run, some of you show their hands, some not. It's just basically could be your Docker file, your Docker image that you deploy somewhere in the cloud. Here at Google Cloud is Cloud Run, so you can see here we have many endpoints that is running in Cloud Run to make the app up and running. We also do have some cloud function, as I was telling you, related to many asynchronous tasks that we might want, and I will share with you. I will do in the demo one thing. You will be like, oh, that's Cloud Run, that's Cloud Function. To make the system actually flexible, you can stop me now and say, oh, Boris, why don't you use one product? We could do that, definitely. But the idea is to not forget we want to scale. We want to use the right tool for the right job. Also, thinking about the cost. Okay. Yeah, I just decided to share with you one knowledge base that is public. That's actually public. You see Publication du Québec, the government. So the information is there. Now, how do we ensure that is in the system? Some information can be basically download, or we just going to need to have a process in place to take those information and put in the library. Good? Okay, let's see the project in the staging environment, not the pre-report one. So here I have two, I'm acting like a lawyer actually, junior lawyer, junior one. I come to the platform. I would like to work on, maybe what my senior already done. So I have here is demo. I open it and I'm like, oh, we want to buy, someone want to buy a condo, a house, but we can't proceed because everything that he gave us, there's many discrepancies, right? The problem with this version that I'm sharing with you, just to ensure that you're seeing that the proper way, so I will do this, is this one. Let's look at the first two alerts. I'm going to translate my best. So here is critical. Another one is critical. But if I stop here, you see the detail. I'm not a lawyer. No, I'm a junior lawyer. Let's say I'm a junior one. So I would be like, yeah, maybe. And the senior will say, oh, no, it's not really correct. So that's where we definitely need to ensure that when we show, because those output are provided by Gemini, oh, you're telling me that, but actually I don't know if it's true. Can I trust it? Where do you take those information? Because one is based on the common law, or is based on many books, or the expert in Quebec already drafted. That's how we're supposed to do things. So what I will do with you, so I already prepared I would say the demo to not do all the process live. Let's say we have all those documents for someone who want to buy his condo. He gave us all those documents. That's basically what you need. Assurance, habitation, we need do you have a syndic in this condo? Many things, right? Now, let's work on it. So before launching the process, I would like to share with you something in the detail here. So here, basically what I'm activating, and I didn't do before for the previous example I show you, I say, okay, Gemini, just look those documents and give me the output. We don't have a chain of trust. So by clicking this, I have now the chain of trust that I share with you. Gemini gonna work, you're gonna bring his output, but definitely I don't want to trust that. I would like you to show me exactly where you're taking those information. For the purpose of a demo, because that costs, so we've reduced the performance of Gemini, of the agent. I put it very low, so it might take a little bit of a time. Okay, so let's launch it live and we'll see. We're gonna cross fingers so demo gods are with us. No, they're gonna be with us. They like me actually. I think they like me. I'm a gentle guy. Okay, hold your question. I will definitely answer because I have a dedicated slide to share with you the learning. Okay, so the kind of trade-off that we've done. Go ahead. How efficient? We put many data. Yeah, let's say PDF, many documents. Yeah. If I'm biased, I would say very, very, very efficient because the product is working. No, absolutely. That's why I say, you remember at the beginning I say we were doing the process without keeping the metadata of you remember I say, yeah, so that was like, oh, we need definitely to ensure that when Gemini or any LLM will give me the output, I can match and be like, oh, are you working really on this document? So yeah, that's one thing. The other thing is like, oh, as I say, I'm not a lawyer, I'm just a geek who's building this. You definitely, I'm already jumping one side. We definitely need sometime human in the loop. The human in the loop is the expert who know actually that Boris, this info is real. This one I trust, I don't trust. So, and with the experience, you will definitely know. So we have a kind of a, how you call it, rating card to ensure that, yeah, every time we're putting something in the libraries, the agent become more smarter, yeah, more efficient, as you were saying. So let's go to the demos finish and let's see, for example, one warning, or we have a warning and we have another one that's critical. So you see the kind of a difference between what I share with you. We have here, oh, it's justify, but it's not just justify. I can open it and I can see more input. Oh, that's the article. Boom, I can see another one. So that's those kind of things might sound simple or easy for us, but it make a whole difference for professional because they will be like, oh, we see, and when they read that, they know actually where it's tied to the law actually. Okay, make sense for you? I love it. Good. Let me go back. Yeah, yes, sir. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. We're forcing him to work to basically bring the justification based on the document when it's tied to the law, but we have also a way to say, okay, basically this office want to see this kind of error. So yeah, that's the part I'm not really sharing here because, as I say, it's a real project. Thank you. Okay, I will speed up a bit. Just trying to come back to the demo. Where's the demo? It's here, right? Yes. So I think, yeah, the next one is for those of you who are familiar already heard in the news or try the RAG retrieval or augmented generation. Oh, another one with which tools? Oh, how are we gonna do it? So here I didn't really mention it. I say, yeah, chain of trust, rounding. At some point you saw in the code how we connect with Vertex AI tool. I gave the data store ID, but there's two ways actually in GCP and Google Cloud to do it. Or you do it the way I'm sharing with you. That's kind of really technical. You're building pieces one by one, or it's just basically using the engine, right? Why one or another? Here we definitely want to control the whole process. We definitely want to have the full control of what it will do, not taking that like a black box. That's definitely the idea. If it was just like a chatbot saying, okay, just use this data store as a source of truth, it's fine. The reg engine will be your body. But if you want to sometimes customize the knowledge base, if you want to sometimes ensuring that in the middle you can tweak the system, I think definitely want to use the SDK as I show you requirement file, and you're gonna code. Okay, just to share with you a little bit why we went to the hardest way. Now I'm going to the hard one lesson. Yeah, how costly is it to build that? I'm not going to give you a number because it really depends on many things. Number one, how many documents I'm going to use. Number two, the region. That's something that sometimes us developer or cloud engineer, we definitely don't think about it. You're starting on GCP or any cloud, AWS, you're starting your project, boom, default project. Did you know that the default project is in the US? We're based in Montreal. And when you're uploading your file and you're using, you have the traffic. Exactly, all those things. I'm using the cloud. Yes, but it's costly because you're not putting in configuration that you want your resources to be close to you. Those kind of info, I'm kidding, but that was a small detail, right? Those kind of things. So yeah, we need to ensure that, oh, where are the storage, the logic, all those kind of things. To not give you a number, specific number, I will say when we activate the grounding, and without the grounding, yeah, roughly 25%. So yeah, we definitely need to ensure that we're not breaking the bank. Or the more, yes sir, yes, before the grounding, and it's taking also more time because it's doing its work and it's going to look at the database and it's bringing us the information, trying its best. And also, which model are we using, the Flash or the Pro? We definitely want to go with the Pro here. It's critical. Okay. The second thing is the ID, the fragile source ID. What are those ID? I call it ID, but let's say the metadata we're putting in Firestore to ensure that when Gemini will give us the output, we can go and look at the Firestore. Are you really working on the document I asked you? Sometimes he's giving us that in the format that he wants. We say, no, I want this format, is changing. Oh, okay. So make the logic behind the scene to validate that we're really working on the document that are in the library more difficult. So that part it's also challenging. I'm not going to say we solve it 100%. That's where we keep looking, coding, working with that. I say chain of trust. Chain of trust mean also we're going to add multiple steps in the process every time that we believe that we need maybe to ensure that the system is reliable. But when we do that also, we're dealing with the latency. We can definitely just say, oh, we're calling API wrapper. We're calling the AI, the output will be quick, but can we trust the system? No. So to build something that we can trust, we have many steps, and that's kind of difficult to make the system not very fast. So we need to have a trade-off there. I decided to put this picture and a woman because I've realized, and they share with me that I was very delighted to see the partner that we have when we build a product. Say there's many women now in the field. So you see that I go to the office and I say, oh wow. So yeah, it's that's why I decided to put the women are helping us buy more. There are many notaries that are women. Very proud of that too. So my key takeaways of this project, we keep building. It's not finished, far from being done. So the grounding is not something that we can just say, oh, we're not going to do. It's not negotiable at this stage. In the beginning, in the intro, I told you that, yeah, we can do many things, but definitely I picked those 3 fields. Maybe you have some in mind. Medicine, I'm not going to any doctor will tell me that I use ChatGPT to treat me. I'm going to be like, oh, I'm not sure I really want you ask my doctor. Finance, same thing, and legal. Maybe you have some other fields, maybe the plain. So be sure that the information that you're sharing with us, we can fact check that. Hybrid backend, you asked me the question for the cost, for efficiency. Let's find to have a best of the both. We'll pick the right tool for the right job. And my takeaways every time now when I code, even when I'm just using regular stuff, VS Code, Claude, Cursor, whatever, never trust, always verify. And if we make the truth, the answer visible for anyone, we're going to be happy. think that brings me to the end of the talk time. I hope so. You can scan and follow me on LinkedIn. And really, thank you everyone.